Well, you know, this guy's smarter than you think. Living Free Mike, he's rather brilliant. He's milking the image. You know, he is milking the image. He's milking the image. It's, you know, a busy doing nothing t-shirt. I don't know last time he washed it. And he's got a microphone-y thing now. He can walk around this karaoke microphone that makes his voice sound all echoey. Anyway, you know, you subscribe to a channel, a nomad that's traveling the country, that's seeing things, that's doing things, that's having fun, that's, you know, getting through all the challenges of being a nomad. And what do you get with Mike? You got a guy that's been pretty much in the same place for 4 months, quartzite. What has he had? He's had a lot of gloppy food over those 4 months, pretty much sitting in a lot of lawn chairs, hanging out with kind of the same people the whole time. A lot of dust, a lot of dust. He said dust is everywhere. His dog's okay. He had to take her to the vet. Big vet bill. He had to get new tires. He says he might be traveling again soon. Where is that? Somewhere else in quartzite, right? And now he's got a new toy. There it is. It's a big microphone. I think anyway, I don't know, man. You know, I kind of keep saying I've given up on Mike. I've given up on Mike. It's time to move on. But he's just so oddly compelling. I just, you know, I don't know, man. I just got to go with it. I don't know. You know, what do you say? Jeez. And then he goes on and on about all that expensive dog food he has to buy for sober, because the vet recommended all this fancy schmancy expensive dog food. And he's, yeah, he knows. Mike knows better. Mike knows best, right? Well, as they say, a picture speaks 1,000 words. What do you say? One crazy, fun day. This is it. This is it. RTR 2021. Aren't you glad you aren't there? What's this? Wonder Hussy is entering a clothing optional area. Yeah, we all have heard about that. There's one of those LTVAs or whatever there. I don't see anybody. Is that? Oh. And then she, as she patrols the area, I don't think she takes it all off. Take it off. Take it all off. But she says, you know how everything's bigger in Texas? She says there's a bunch of people over there flying Texas flags. She said she ought to go over there and see if that's true. Oh, yeah. I tell you, you know, Wanderlust Estate James there was so miserable about a month ago when he was stuck in Kentucky. It's miserable weather. It was kind of slushy snow, and all his vehicles were conked out, and he was just so miserable. Now he is just so friggin' happy. He does these videos, and he just big smile on his face. Look at it, and just smiling. He's got a beautiful new RV. He's happy. He's just like, wow, whoa. He's cooking up a storm. Oh man, and look, it's just one big smile. Look at those pearly whites, huh? James is happy schmappy, right? I don't know the whole deal on this. But anyway, so he's doing some DoorDash, and I think he still has that beater car that he bought, okay? So, you know, doing the DoorDash in a Class A, huh? Right, so he picks up someone's groceries at the Safeway, and he's DoorDashing, but that ain't it. He's using his old, it's not a beater car. It's a used car that he bought when he was down in Kentucky, I think, right? Anyway, so he still has 2 vehicles. So I don't know, what's he going to have to get a fancy trailer thing to tow his tow car behind his Class A? Oh, letters. Robert the Traveler, not to be confused with Travelin' Robert. Robert the Traveler says, I have noticed that most nomads are either on Social Security disability insurance, collecting a monthly payment, or 30, 40, 50-year-old U.S. military retirees collecting a monthly payment, or senior citizens who worked all their lives collecting a pension. There are very few hardcore nomads that aren't truly independent, self-sufficient. We've kind of noticed that you know, a lot of the folks that that we do see on the road, especially younger folks, they do seem to be on some sort of disability of some sort because they're getting a monthly payment, and usually folks that are that young don't have a pension. They're too young for the regular Social Security. So yeah, they're either like, very wealthy, maybe they were left an inheritance, but yeah, or they're on disability of some sort, because you kind of got to wonder, how are these people getting by, Yeah, we do see a bunch of nomads that are really, really have probably got to the point where they're making a livable wage on YouTube, but they're very few and far between. JB says JB says the whole country is now an e-beggar's paradise. You're going to get paid for not working. Next winter, those nomads are going to have to fight for space between the illegal aliens living on BLM land in Arizona. I don't know, man. I don't know. You think things are going to change? I don't know. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. My video this morning talking about we need a state for nomads. It's just an idea. People, Mary thinks I flip my lid. I'm not thinking straight. The nomad state thing is a fad, which means their status comes and goes, where DC and Puerto Rico need to be states and not this foolishness. I don't think that's ever really going to happen, a state for nomads. But I was thinking, in the Interior Department, maybe they could have some sort of a a program or something where nomads could, I don't know, get some residency requirements or something like that. 50 different states. So someday, if DC and Puerto Rico become states, I guess we'll have 52. But then every state has to address how they would handle nomads. Maybe there should be a couple of states with a lot of nomads, like Arizona, like maybe Florida, that would have some sort of a way of allowing people to have residency in their states without, like a sticks and bricks residence or a rental apartment. Maybe a nomad classification. But in the United States of America, you would pretty much have to do that state by state, right? Because that's how things are handled. When it comes to residency, every state has different rules. Ira Rose says, yeah, life isn't fair. I had to pay Ohio state taxes while I was living out of state serving the military in Korea. And that's true. I had a residence in Virginia for a while there when I wasn't even in Virginia very much. A friend of mine let me use her place, and I used that, I was there, but I wasn't there a lot. And you're paying all these taxes for a location where you're not, I don't know. There's got to be a more equitable way of, I don't know. Just saying we need to try to figure something out, right? Mary B says, if the whole rationale of nomadism is to constantly travel, then wouldn't it mean that if there is a nomad state, that would mean they would be deserted 99% of the time unless they are prevented from leaving the state? But then they would just be mini nomads going back and forth in that state, bumping into each other, kind of like what they're doing right now in Quartzsite. The nomad state would be a cyber state, a state of mind. It wouldn't be a physical thing. You know what I'm saying? It'd be our first cyber state, our first imaginary state. It's not a real state. Get it? Yeah, a mental state. I'm a nomad. I'm a mental state. My mental state is nomadism. Old Fisherman says that he should run campaign on free transmissions for all. Give me liberty. Give me life, liberty, and a free poop bucket. And Coley Hope says, we already have a state for nomads, and it's called Quartzsite. Well, how about it? We make Quartzsite a state. Carve a chunk out of Arizona there, and maybe a little chunk out of California, and call it the state of Quartzsite. Yeah. Roger Thornton probably has it very true right here. I think nomads are at the very bottom of new President Biden's priority list at this time. No politician cares about nomads. Well, yeah, they need some sort of well, that's what HOW is there for, Homes on Wheels Alliance, They ought to start going into Washington and pigeonholing congressmen and stuff, and get a pack going, and and campaign for nomad rights, right? Jeb and the Desert Dog says e-begging is already their welfare state, and it would be interesting to find out how many nomads are getting government assistance. I wonder how, some not all, can be too disabled to work, but not too disabled to travel, work on their vehicles, produce YouTube videos, hike up mountains and hills, and party till the cows come home. You wonder. That's really it. If you're disabled, and you're really able to do quite a lot. Duh. They film their abilities, but talk about how challenged they are. I call BS on this idea, Dave. Yeah. No nomadic state here there for thumbs down from Deb, huh? All right, everybody, that ought to do it for our Letters and More segment for the 20th of January, 2021. I just read that Donald Trump has just bought an RV, a real luxury one, and he and Melania are going to be traveling the country now. I just made that up. Well, maybe that's a good idea. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Blog Under.